This video is good through September 6, 2010. My name is Des Woodruff. I am an analyst and mentor here at Grok Trade, and this is the weekend edition. Check this out, gang. We're going to start off on the S&P 500, and we had a massive rally take place. We had come down, violated a major support level, built a low base formation, which is more bearish than bullish. We were waiting for confirmation breakdown under this 1040 area. It never came to fruition. We actually busted through major resistance points. There's more lines here than you can count, and much short covering taking place, and we rallied up the next couple days, ending out the week quite bullish. However, as all of us know, the volume was lackluster. Volume very low for such a massive run. Go check that out for yourself. What I do like is MACD. We did go positive. We are now above zero with continuation of positive histogram ticks. Now, here's the deal. Now, let me show this to you. If you go back in time, see this big beefy blue line? We hit our head, we hit and dropped. We come up here. I know it's tough to see with all my lines, but we hit our head on this big beefy line and we dropped. We're right here back to this big beefy line. So what should happen? Perhaps a drop. Listen, you certainly don't want to be long unless you get movement above this. And I want to see continuation above this, not just popping its head up on Tuesday or Wednesday and then coming right back down. Remember, we have significant resistance coming across over here. Let me show you these numbers. We're at 1111. We're at 1114 and a huge one, 1116, 1117 area, and the big 200-day simple moving average coming across. Listen, we have the 100-day simple moving average coming down also, but it doesn't surprise me that we stopped right at resistance. So it's anybody guess what may happen if we go lower, meaning that we go below this 1092 area. If we go lower than that on Tuesday, at that point, there might be a chance to go short, looking for a leg to the downside, because after all, we're entering the apex of a symmetrical triangle, and you could build up a lot of power in this coiling type pattern that we're seeing here. I'm going to bring over the weekly. Here's the weekly S&P. This is just to show you, I mean, how much of a wedge this is, even on the larger time frame. And if you remember the last weekend edition that I did, I said the weekly actually looked pretty bullish and it could pop. And sure enough, that's precisely what has happened. Look how we stopped right at the 50-week moving average. We did go through the 20-week moving average, and but we're at that resistance line, just wondering what's going to happen. For us to plow through this, I want to see some nice volume. I want to see the MACD go positive, the histogram, and I want to see some continuation here. Also on the monthly, check this out. The monthly, we come up. We do a Fibonacci retracement to the 0.38 level, which is pretty bullish, but we should have did a touch and go. We should have had a bounce here, but instead we dropped to a low base formation, which is more bearish and bullish. But check this out. You have a down month, an up month, the down month. We're right now with an up month, but look at the resistance area that we're hitting into right now. So this is going to be a tough area for us to bust through. It's anybody's guess what direction this market's going to go, so don't try to guess. Play what you see. When it makes its move, then jump on the bandwagon to the bull side or to the bear side when that takes place. But I also want to take a look here at the NASDAQ. This is the NASDAQ. Check this out. Big symmetrical triangle. We're almost at resistance, but we're not there yet. We did pass this week to the 20, 50-day moving averages, but we have the 100, 200 that still will act as resistance, but we have the big line here, big trend line acting as resistance. At this point, you have what's called a hanging man reversal pattern. Doesn't mean we're going to reverse, but there's a good chance of it if you just look here at the daily going into this next week, but we are positive on the histogram. And now I'm going to bring over the weekly, and the weekly shows us we're in a symmetrical triangle. Anything can obviously happen here, but check this out. We blasted through the 200. And we're finding resistance at the 50. So on this, if it blasts through, I'd want to see the MACD go positive on the histogram. And let's look over here at the monthly. So we have the monthly here. And I drew a couple lines here. Check out these lines. You have what's called a bearish pennant formation, where the pennant develops at the low of a leg, but we're still above the Fibonacci 38% level. But these can be very powerful on a move to the upside or the downside. So yet again, that's where we're at. But one thing I want to show you that's really of great interest to me right now, and watch this. A lot of times you will see smaller cap funds start to make a move before the major markets make their move. And what I'm seeing here on the Russell's 2000 is we actually popped above, we closed above the trend line, finding resistance here at the 200-day moving average, but we are above it. That is quite bullish. Nice bullish MACD, bullish histogram ticks. And I want to bring in the weekly here. Look at this. It's already poking its head up over that trend line. That is looking really bullish to me. We closed out the week really nicely. We're turned up here. We got a crossover in the MACD. I want to see it get above that 0 line, see some follow through. And there's some areas of resistance that we need to plow through. And let's look at the monthly here. Here's the monthly. A lot, down, up, very, very choppy the last few months. Looking for either a breakout above these areas or a break down. So where do you get the very best technical analysis? You get it here at Grok Trade with your mentors and coaches that we have here. We have a new chat room. Make sure you click up on the main nav for chat. Come in and join the chat, and also in the forums, which have become very active. And if you are interested, come learn more about us and our mentoring. We have one 3 weeks from now. Go to meetthementors.com and watch that video we put together. Take care and safe trading.